Hi there, and welcome to today's Friday devotional. A few weeks ago, we had a conversation at bedtime. We were tucking our son in, and he started asking us some questions, and we thought he was joking, so we were giving him goofy answers. And then he asked a question, Mom, what am I good at? And it kind of reminded me that, or brought to my attention, this isn't just a joking, kind of offhanded conversation we're having here. And so I asked a few questions like, where did that come from? And I learned that at Sunday school that day, they had been learning about spiritual gifts, and that Danae had asked them to go home to their mom and dad and ask some questions. Specifically, this one in particular, what am I good at? And inviting the parents to speak into the kids' lives. And so we had that opportunity. And when we left his room, I just was struck by how much opportunities that we miss. I, as a mom, can recognize that I miss opportunities in my kids' lives. It's easy to tell them what they're not doing. It's easy to tell them they haven't picked up their laundry or they haven't cleaned the dishes, whatever. But I also think that I miss opportunities with other people. Do you ever feel like that? When you pause, do you think, have I actually told that person how much I appreciate them? Have I ever told that person how much they're serving in this way matters a lot to me? Or I see God moving in their lives, and it's so impactful and so encouraging for me. How often do we say that to each other? Probably not as often as we should, because if we look at the Bible, when I was looking up the word encouragement in the New Testament, it's talked about a lot in Paul's writings in the book of Acts, how the body of believers encouraged each other. And so it leads me to believe that we should be doing that as well. So that's my question for us today is, when was the last time you encouraged somebody around you? Maybe it's the clerk at the grocery store who you're unsure if she's, a believer or not. Maybe just her smile always brightens your day when you go through her till. Maybe it is somebody on Sunday morning that serves faithfully. Maybe they continue to teach Sunday school week after week. Maybe it's somebody that you just always recognize in the store and you just love seeing them. There's any number of ways that we can encourage somebody. But I think it ultimately comes down to having eyes that see. I think it comes down to us inviting God to show us who we need to encourage that day. And pause and not be in a rush. Because you never know what your encouragement is going to do for that person. You never know what they're dealing with in their mind. Because my experience has been, oftentimes people aren't sure of what their giftings are, like my son. Or maybe somebody's doing something and they're really not sure if it's actually making a difference. Or maybe they're combating lies every time they're faced with this thing. Maybe in their mind, the enemy is speaking lies against what they're doing and saying, you're not good at this. Nobody cares. Why do you give of your time in this way? You never know what's going on. So maybe inviting the Holy Spirit to lead you to encourage somebody, you just never know what the bigger picture is. And that's where we trust God. We trust God to lead and guide us, because we just don't know what is happening in each other's lives. But we do know that we impact each other in bigger ways than we can ever imagine. So that's my encouragement to you today. Here's my encouragement to you, is to invite the Lord to show you who to reach out to. Maybe it's through a text. Maybe it's, on Sunday morning when you're dropping your kids off at Sunday school. I don't know. It can be a variety of ways. And that's the beautiful thing about God's church, is that we are all built very differently. We communicate differently, and He has equipped us that way. He has called us all to be uniquely ourselves. And so I promise and trust that God will lead you in this way. So blessings to you today. And until next time, I'll be praying for you.